Hey there, welcome to our YouTube channel. Welcome. This is Dr. Mel here. And for those of you, if this is your first time visiting our channel, welcome. I hope you have some time to browse and check out the Inspire Life podcast, as well as some other inspirational videos. And if you haven't already, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe below so that way you can get the latest updates on the new information and videos that we post. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some postural exercises that can really help support your lower neck and your upper back. So that way, as you age, you can age with beautiful posture and avoid what we call the Dowagers Hump, which is basically when you see people walking around in our culture, this is the posture that you see. So they get this hump in the back of their neck, their lower neck, and their thoracic spine, and that just doesn't look pretty. And not only is it not aesthetically pleasing, it also can become very painful. You're also causing tension and stress in the nerves that control your shoulders, your elbows, your hands, your upper lungs, and your heart. So there's a lot of health repercussions that can happen when we develop this hump and forward head posture. It starts to build stress and pressure on the joints and the nerves that control breathing centers, your thyroid, which deals with metabolism, hormonal regulation, and all of that. So what I want to share with you first is that we want to make sure that, yes, doing exercises outside of, if you're seeing a PT, a chiropractor like me, or someone else who's helping you with the foundation of your health, we want to make sure that on top of the exercises, to start in the beginning, we got to develop a strong foundation. So making sure that, number one, your nerve system and your spine is in alignment before you start to do these exercises. The same thing goes in the gym. If you go to the gym and your spine is out of alignment, your body's out of alignment, you're dysfunctional, and you start building muscle and joint strength on improper foundation and improper alignment, well, down the road, you're going to also see the consequences of that. The same thing goes when we see buildings getting built or bridges getting built. A proper, strong foundation is key to continuously build strength that's actually functional and efficient on top of that. So I want to preface that and say, get your spine and nerve system checked. With myself, you can comment below, you can reach out to us. I'm happy to have that conversation with you and see where you're at as far as a baseline. Now, if you've been working with me or maybe another chiropractor, this is a really great exercise to introduce into your routine to just help with overall function, helping live in a more, I'm going to scoot back here, helping live in a more open posture, a more open alignment. Our heart is lifted, our shoulders are down back, we're not rounded forward and stressed here. One of the initial things we go into with stress physiology is we round forward. And I'll talk about that later in this video, so make sure you watch to the end, okay? So with this one, it's key to, one, focus on rolling the shoulders down and back, and you'll see here I'll demonstrate it, rolling the shoulders down and back, making sure that from the side, you don't have your neck forward here, but you have a slight retraction, okay? Shoulders down and back. Ideally, we want the ears over the shoulders, over the hips, okay? So that's gonna create the most ideal alignment and the most functional alignment too. When you're walking, when you're running, you can get more lung capacity. There's tons of benefits with this, okay? So to start, you're gonna make sure you have that proper alignment, your chest is lifted, and you're almost gonna kind of cinch down your shoulder blades. So I'm gonna turn now and show you. You're gonna turn, and ideally, before I go into this, you can do this without any weights. You can do this without a band, but I recommend as you get stronger, you can use one of those stretchy bands. But I'm gonna do it as the baseline first. You don't need a band to do this, okay? So to start, what you're gonna do, again, proper alignment, shoulders down and back, and I'm gonna open my palms up like this, okay? And I'm just gonna bring them out, again, shoulders down and back. My neck is slightly retracted, my chin is tucked, so my spine is nice in alignment. And I'm just gonna start to squeeze my shoulder blades together. And now at first, this can be challenging because you might not have any perceptive awareness of this area because you have been so contracted forward, your nervous system has been in so much stress physiology. So that comes back to point number one, make sure that your body's in alignment. We start to open things up before you do these exercises. You actually you wanna be able to activate and become aware of this area. It's also an area behind the heart, which is a very vulnerable area. So again, you're gonna open up here and you're just gonna start to squeeze your shoulder blades like I'm pinching a little marble. right through here. And you might even be able to see it on my spine, but I'm squeezing. Another way you can do this is kind of like you're opening up and pulling that band, squeezing, and then releasing. Pulling the band, imagine pulling the band. Again, as I'm doing this, I'm contracting, and I'll turn here. I'm contracting my shoulder blades, my scapula, which are the wings of your back, but I'm also keeping a lifted heart. Okay, so I'm also focusing on lifting my heart, squeezing down and back. And ladies, you're gonna love this when you're wearing tank tops in the summer, okay? So it's different when, again, if you're here and you start to do this exercise. Does this look effective? No, I don't think so. So part of this exercise may be that you actually just hold this posture. I recommend, if this feels like too much, to lay on your back, tuck your chin, and you might even start to feel a pull in your sternum. You might feel a pull in your thoracic spine, which is the middle of your back. So number one is just even accessing the posture, adding a band if you want as you get stronger, imagining that pull and tension here. And then another one you can do, again, to avoid this contraction and add on, is activating your lats, your latissimus dorsi, which is the big wings that come down to your lower rib cage that start from your armpit, okay? So that one too, you can come in that same posture and pull down and release. Pull down and release. And I want you to imagine as you're doing this, again, this is the same as the lat pull downs you see in the gym, but if this is too hard for you, right, you might actually start to activate the traps. We don't want you to activate the trap muscle. Most of us have overactive traps, and that's where you see this happening, okay? So with the lats, imagine that you're actually contracting that muscle. It's kind of like a triangle. Contracting the muscle and release. Contracting the muscle and release. This is where, again, band work can come in. If you put a band maybe, up on a door frame and you pull down, band work can be super helpful when it comes to developing these postural muscles and helping your body start to focus on strength as well as opening. So as much as you're strengthening in your posterior chain, helping that mid-thoracic spine, your lower neck, especially so you don't have that forward head posture, we also want to make sure we're focusing on breathing and opening up our posture here, because this is a much more calm, open, aware, as well as vulnerable posture, okay? So not only focusing on strengthening, but also stretching, breathing, and opening in the heart area. One of the things I don't want to leave out that's super important when it comes to this work is you can do all these exercises. You can do them every single day, couple times a day, at least minimum once a day, maybe 15 repetitions. And if you don't address the underlying cause of why your body keeps rounding forward, why you keep guarding your heart and your viscera, which is an initial stress physiological response, if you don't address that from an emotional perspective, well, you can do all the exercises in the world, but you're going to keep guarding, you're going to keep retracting. So my point is, make sure that you're doing the emotional alignment work, the emotional breathing work that I teach in a lot of other our videos. Make sure you're doing that on top of this too, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna keep retracting, you're gonna keep guarding your heart. I guarantee most of us are walking around with emotional baggage that we need to confront, we need to move through, and we need to heal from. And with that, we actually start to trust and open up and not walk around as though we're stressed all the time, someone's about to attack us, okay? Because from a physiological standpoint, the first thing that happens when we feel threatened is we guard ourselves, right? So we start to slowly contract here. And this is obviously, I'm over exaggerating, but I know some of you out there, you see people walking around like this, right? 80 years old, no one wants to have that. You're totally closing off the heart. You're hyperextending on the C1, which is all about breathing and autonomic control of your organs and glands. It's not good, okay? So focus on being here and do the emotional work on top of the exercises, okay? So whoever's watching this, thank you so much. I hope this was helpful. Comment below what you're getting out of these videos, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to help you modify. I'm happy to answer any questions. This is something that I focus on daily, looking at my posture daily on top of getting adjusted, making sure that my spine is in ideal alignment, my muscles that need to be working are working, and the muscles that we want to be relaxed are relaxed. Okay, so happy watching, happy exercises. Let's avoid those ugly Dowagers humps, ladies and guys. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you later.